Happy Friday, everyone. Austin here. I want to break through with you today. I want you to break through. And the question is, what area of your life do you most need to break through? Let me get my volume or there we go. Woo. Hello. Is that better? How are you today? It's funny. I was on a call a couple days ago, and we were talking about all the Zoom calls that people are on and how people are just like, it seems like this endless sea of conference calls or video calls or Zoom calls. So I said, there's two things that I know. One is you haven't had a haircut. Two, you have no pants on right now. So anyway, that's probably true for a lot of us. But welcome today. It is Friday, and I want to pose the question, where or in what area do you most need to break through? What area of your life you most need to break through? I'm going to be releasing my podcast today, which is Flashpoint, the art and science of your big breakthrough, primarily for the side hustler who wants to turn their side hustle into a full-time passion. In every area of our life, though, there's a breakthrough moment, and there's a moment where we break through, whether we're aware of it or not. And if we look back through our history and past successes, there's a defining moment where we break through, and everything that we do before that is leading up to that moment. And it's not that that moment is more important than the rest of the journey, but there is that defining moment that we can point to for most of us where we say, that's when the shift happened. It was a conversation with the mentor. It was, I woke up in the middle of the night and I had a flash. You know, you've ever heard of that? And somebody woke up in the middle of the night and they had a flash or a flashpoint moment. And that this happens. It happens all the time, I think, today. But if you go throughout history and you study innovators, inventors, great thinkers, they've had those flashpoint moments in their journey. So the question for you today is, what area of your life do you most need to break through? And I'm not going to spend a ton of time today, but I am just going to point you to that question, and I'm going to invite you to jump in on the podcast today, which I'll talk more about this. I'll talk more about breaking through, and obviously there's breakthroughs all along the way that we have, and sometimes we can get trapped in our mind, and we can get trapped into the past. We can get trapped into all the things that didn't work out. We can get trapped into the questioning of, who am I to do this? Can I do this? And I had that many times. Like, even what I'm doing now was far from me, because I didn't believe that I could do something like this. And I believed that it was far out of my reach. And but as we move forward, there's breakthrough moments, there's defining moments that we can point to. And we have a big breakthrough, which is like your flashpoint, but then there's breakthroughs all along the way that we can point to. But a breakthrough, it doesn't happen automatically. A breakthrough can happen automatically, because a lot of times when we're driven and we're moving forward, we may do things at an unconscious level that we don't even know we're doing that create breakthroughs. But it's because we're driven. We might be driven by pain because, oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. We might be driven, like I was, to prove. I was driven to prove, but my challenge was I was proving from a place of lack, and that was my challenge. Now, it presented a lot of benefits. I got a lot from it, but it wasn't the real deal. It didn't have that deep meaning. And when we dial into who we are, we start to move. We start to move into the direction. Liberty agrees. Come here, girl. Come on up here. So it's Friday. I want to point you to this question. What area of your life, you look at different areas, you can look at your relationships, your profession, your career, your vocation, your physical body, your nutrition, your spirituality. Are you struggling? Are you grappling with something? What area do you most need to break through? Because I want to point you to this. And the thing is, I believe this is a great time for your breakthrough. This is a perfect time when things are chaotic and people are distracted, and many people aren't even going to see this video. They're not going to get it because there's so many other things that are way louder than my voice. There's the news, there's all this stuff that's happening right now that is going to take us away. It can knock us off center. It can shift us away from our focus. And that's why I want to bring you back today to your focus, to your life, to becoming an advocate and an activist in your own life, and to ask yourself, where do I most need to break through today? Where do I most need to break through in my journey, in my life? And take that question with you today and figure out maybe what that is. If not today, because sometimes it takes time. There's a process. There's a journey involved in our quest, because we're all travelers. It all matters. It's our ability to calibrate. It's our ability to dial in. You know, I thought about titling this Vision and Vibing. I was thinking about, but I'm really excited about Flashpoint because it's not like, you know, there's a saying, there's nothing new under the sun. So it's not like I'm bringing you stuff. It's not like I'm bringing you the theory of relativity here, you know, which is credited to Albert Einstein. It's not like I'm bringing that to you with Flashpoint, but I believe that I'm going to present information that's already out there in a different way that's going to really move people. And it's going to move you. Forget people. It's going to move you, and it's going to help you in your quest, in your journey as you move towards your breakthrough. We're designed to break through, regardless of how we feel right now. We are designed and wired to break through in our lives. And I believe you are. I really believe it. I know how far I've come. And, you know, if you would have told me a decade ago that I would be doing this, that I would be, if you would have told me 10 years ago that I would be doing videos like this, that I would have done 2 ultra marathons, that I would have achieved some of the goals that I've been able to achieve, and that not only that I would be able to overcome the dark moments of the soul, I wouldn't believed it. You know, there was a time in my life where I just didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel like, I felt like things were over. I felt like I wasn't even thinking about a breakthrough. I was just so bogged down and anchored by stuff, emotional stuff. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because we need, whether it's me or someone else, we need a voice. We need a voice. Like, I had some voices and some people that served as lights, that served a light to shine light into the darkness. But I just believe it can be a more conscious process. And that's why I'm excited about this. I'm excited about Flashpoint. And I'm excited to bring this to you, because I believe that, you know, maybe I'm idealistic, you know, maybe I'm an idealist and an optimist, but I just believe that every person has it within them. You know, every person has the wherewithal to live from their heart, to be who they really are. Ego is huge, you know, and this isn't something to get deep into, but the landscape of society, most of the people that are at the top are not good people. They're just not, and they just don't have your agenda. They don't have your best interest at heart. And that's what's perplexing. Why do people pay so much attention to people who truly don't have their best interest at heart? Think about that. Help me understand that. Politicians, influencers, business leaders that truly don't have your best interest at heart, but yet you pay attention to them. So what area do you most need to break through in your life, and what do you need to do to make that happen? So I'm going to point you to the podcast I'm going to launch today, and I'm also doing another interview at 12 where we're going to be talking about tips for the side hustler. We're going to be giving out. I'm going to be with Ellie Sheffy today, and we're going to be sharing tips on free resources that the side hustler can utilize to launch their business, to grow their business. So I don't expect that this is going to give you all the answers. This is just some open conversation, right, about it. But what I know is if I can point your focus to it through a question, what area in your life do you most need to break through? If I can point you to that question, you'll start to think about the answer. And when you start to think about the answer, you're in fact creating your own breakthrough. So I'm going to bring this to a close. What area in your life do you most need to break through? Where you know if you broke through in that area, everything else would open up for you. Is it your physical body, your nutrition? Is it your spirituality? Maybe your spirituality is off. Is it your profession or your vocation? Are you looking to relaunch? Are you looking to start a new business? You just don't know what to do, or you're not sure if you can even do it. I want to encourage you today. I want to encourage you, and I'm going to get spiritual on you for a minute. In the book of Proverbs, it says, lean not on thine own understanding. And I'll probably do a video on that at some point, but many of us, we lean too much on our own logic. We lean too much on it when there's this amazing world that's outside of the realm of our logic that's waiting to open up for us. But but our logic can like be tunnel vision. It can block off and really shrink down our vision. So lean not on your own understanding, rather open up to where your breakthrough can happen and create a new vision for yourself and where you want to be. It's okay. You can do this. From my heart, you can do this. I believe in you, and I believe you can do it. So God bless you. Have an outstanding day. Look later for the Flashpoint podcast, The Art and Science of Your Big Breakthrough. And join me for a special interview at 12:30 today with Ellie Sheffy. We're going to be giving you some tips where you can get free resources to grow your business. This is Austin. I'm your breakthrough strategist. Even if you don't know it yet, I'm here to help you break through. Have a fantastic day. Bye, everyone.